alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we're going to do Surah Quraish and it is in Juz 30th. And in this we'll see the detail of it. Let's start with the dua. Nahmadu wa nusalli ala rasulihil kareem. Amma ba'd. Fa'uz billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. Amin. So in this surah, this is Surah Quraish, surah number 106. This surah was revealed during the very early stage of Makkah. And major issues and divine law and guidance, first of all, an admonition to believe in Allah, who is the provider of your sustenance. To understand this surah, it is necessary to know the historical background of the tribe of the Quraysh. It was scattered throughout Hijaz until the time of Qusay bin Kilab, the ancestor of the Prophet ﷺ. First of all, Qusay gathered his tribe in Mecca, and the tribe was able to gain authority over the Kaaba. On the basis, Qusay was called Mujami, uniter or assembler, by his people. This man, by his sagacity and wisdom, founded a city-state of Mecca and made excellent arrangements and for the welfare of the pilgrims coming from all over Arabia. As a result, Quraysh were able to gain great influence among the Arabian tribes. After Qusay's death, the state of Mecca was divided between his sons Abdi Manaf and Abd ad-Dar. One of the two, Abdi Manaf, gained greater fame and was held in the high esteem throughout Arabia. And Abdi Manaf had 4 sons: Hashim, Abdi Shams, Al-Muttalib, and Nawfal. Of this, Hashim, father of Abdul Muttalib and the grandfather of Prophet ﷺ, got the idea to take part of the trade passing between the eastern countries, Syria and Egypt, through Arabia. He also purchased the necessity for life for the Arabs so that the tribes living by the trade route could buy these items from them, and the merchants living in the interior of the country were attracted to the market of the Makkah. This was the time when the Sasanian kingdom of the Iran had gained control over the international trade, and that was carried out between the northern lands, the eastern countries, and the Byzantine Empire through the Persian Gulf. This boosted the trade activity on the trade route. A trade route leading from the southern Arabia to Syria and Egypt along the Red Sea coast. Quraysh took advantage of the fact that the tribe on his route held them in high esteem. Because of the status of being keepers of the Kaaba, they stood in debt to them for the great generosity with which the Quraysh treated them during the Hajj season. That is why Quraysh felt no fear that their caravans would be robbed or harmed anywhere along the way. The tribes along the way did not even charge them the heavy transit taxes that they demand from the other caravans. Hashim, taking advantage of this prepaid trade scheme, and made his 3 brothers partners in it. And Hashim obtained trade privileges from the Ghasani, the king of Syria, Abdi Shams, from the Negus, Al-Muttalib from the Yemen nobles, and Nawfal from the government of the Iraq and Iran. And their tribe began to flourish, and that is how the 4 brothers become famous as the traders. They call Ashab al-Alif, generator of love and the affection. and on account of their friendly relation with the tribes and the state in the surrounding areas. So here we see in the Surah Quraish, these were the things mentioned. Let's see the detail of the Surah Quraish. So here Surah Quraish starts with لِإِيلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ إِيلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ. لِإِيلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ, for the uniting of the tribe of the Quraysh. إِيلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ, they uniting through journey by winter and summer. And in ayah number 3 and 4, الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ, who had provided them against hunger. وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ, who had rendered them secure against fear. So here we see for uniting of the tribe of the Quraysh, لِإِيلَافِ Quraysh, Allah is reminding the tribe of Quraysh of something special. Quraysh was the noblest tribe in the Arabia. It was highly respected in the area and it was custodian of the Kaaba. And Allah reminded Quraysh that it was only through His bounty and grace that Quraysh became what it was, in a place of good respect and high honor. And it was through the grace of Allah that the different clans of Quraysh came to be united in friendly manner. It was through the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So the surah has been separated from the one that preceded. It is the primary Musaf, the original copy of Usman. The companion wrote in the name of Allah, the most gracious. Between the two surahs, they did this, even though this surah is directly related to the one which preceded, as Muhammad bin Ishaq and Abdul Rahman bin Aslam. This is because the meaning of both of them is we have prevented the elephant from entering Makkah. And we have destroyed its people to gather Ilaf, the Quraysh, which means to unite them and bring them together safely in their city. It has also been said that the meaning of the Ilaf is what they would gather during their journey in the winter to Yemen and in the summer to Asham. Through trade and other than that, then they would return to their city in safety during their journey due to the respect that the people had for them because they were the residents of Allah's sanctuary. Therefore, whoever knows them would honor them. Even those who came to them and traveled with them would be saved because of them. This was their situation during their journey and travels during the winter and summer. In the reference to their living in the city, then it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned, أَوَلَمْ يَرَوْا أَنَّ جَعَلْنَا حَرَمًا آمِنًا. This was mentioned in Surah number 29, ayah number 67. Have they not seen that we have made it a secure sanctuary while men are being snatched away from all around them? لَإِيلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ إِيلَافِهِمْ, for the Ilaf of the Quraysh, their Ilaf, this is a subject that has been transferred from their first sentence in order to give more explanation. Allah says, إِيلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. The Ilaf is caravans in winter and in summer. Ibn Jarir said the correct opinion is that the letter Lam is a prefix that shows amazement. And it is as though Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, you should be amazed at the uniting for taming of the Quraysh, my favor upon them in that. He went on to say this is due to the consensus of Muslims that they are two separate and independent surahs. Then Allah direct them to grateful offer this magnificent favor in His saying, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. So let them worship the Lord of His house, meaning then let them single Him out for worship, just as He has given them a safe sanctuary and secured house. This is Allah says in Surah number 27, ayah number 91. إِنَّمَا أُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَعْبُدَ رَبَّ. I have been commanded only to worship the Lord of this city, who has sanctified it and whom belongs everything. And I am commanded to be from among the Muslims. وَلَهُ الْكُلُّ شَيْءٍ وَأُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. Then Allah said, الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ, who has fed them against hunger. He is the Lord of the house and He is the one who feeds them against hunger. And وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ, and made them safe from the fear, meaning He favors them with the safety and gentleness, so that they should single Him out for worship alone, means Islamic monotheism, Tawheed, without any partner, not doing any shirk. They should not worship any idol, rival or statue beside Him. Therefore, whoever accepts this command, Allah will give him safety in both this life and the hereafter. However, whoever disobeys, He will be removed both of them from him. This is the Allah's statement. Allah says in Surah number 16, ayah number 112 and 130. And Allah puts forward the example of the township that dwelt secure and well content, its provision coming to it in the abundance from every place, but it denied. They denied the favors of Allah. So Allah made it taste extreme of hunger and fear because of that which they used to do. And barely there had come unto them a messenger from among themselves, but they denied him, so the torment overlooked them while they were wrongdoers. And al-azabu wa hum zalimun, they were wrongdoers. This is the tafseer of Surah Quraish. So here it was the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah made that security, and even though when they were doing the business, like when they are uniting two journeys by winter and summer, the Kaaba was great center for getting together in Arabia. A good many tribes used to come to this area from as far as Syria, up north, as far as Yemen, down south. They came to trade with their good and to have social contact. Through such contacts, many of the tribes made treaties for security and mutual interest with Quraysh. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through His grace, that such an understanding for reach between them and the other tribes. They were to be grateful to whom? To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to thank Him. And then Allah say in Quraysh enjoy its feeling of influence, well-being, position of respect, and the feeling of security when the treaties with the other tribes were signed. But Quraysh ought to be remembered that all that was done through the bounty of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, through the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Quraysh worship the Lord of the house, means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and be grateful to only Allah. And Quraysh is in debt to Allah for all its good things, and they should be thankful and recognize the truth. And Allazi atamahum min ju'i, who had provided them against hunger, means it was Allah who provided Quraysh with His fadl, bounty, and it was He who made them able to live well and comfortably. And Allah was again reminding Quraysh to come to their senses. Quraysh was fighting Islam in merciless way at the time. Quraysh was also pagan during early Islam, and it was the leader of the area, proud of its beliefs, proud of and confident in itself. But Allah had this bounty. Allah is reminding them again and again the bounty of Allah. But Quraysh ought to be grateful to Him. It ought to stop worshipping idols, stop the shirk. Instead, it ought to take to Islam, the Islamic monotheism. And وَآمَنُهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ, who had rendered them secure against fear. Allah also reminds Quraysh that not only did He provide them with wealth and good standing, but He also made them feel secure because of the treaties with the other tribes. And Allah was appealing to the sense of Quraysh, that He was calling them to His worship. to accept Islam, and more emphasis was on the Islamic monotheism, that is Tawheed. Jazakallah khairan kaseera.